Now we're going to get into the drilling of the panels. First off, we're going to go ahead and drill out for a patch. You would go ahead and use a patch. It's a weld-in. You would use it whenever you're close to a cross member. You're not drilling all the way through the panel, or you'd use this along an edge. We're going to use it right here for right now. And normally you'll have your panels down low. You've got your feet rest here that you can stand on. And we're going to drill this one out. We've got our depth gauge here where we can go through and see if we're at the proper depth for this. And we'll go from there. You can see, utilizing the depth gauge, how we can go on ahead and we've got it in here in the proper one. I went on ahead and drilled another one so that I can show two of these. You take this patch, and as you can see, the beveled end goes up, and that's to help lock it in when we go to do our work. So you just tap them in place, and we'll show you a little later how we weld them in. The next item is what we're going to show you is the plugs. Like I said, the plugs, you can pound, those are hammered in, and those can be put in anywhere where there's a, between the cross members, as long as you're not close to any steel. As you can see, it normally you'll be standing on top of this, and you can go right on ahead and just hammer these on in. We'll double check it with the depth gauge, and as we can see, I'm going to do a little bit of an adjustment on this one also, so we can get it to the proper depth. Got this one down at the proper depth. Going ahead and just drill it. As far as the plugs go, now all you need is just your tool and your hammer, and you just go on ahead and hammer these on in. They will be slightly above the face of the panel, and then what we'll do after that is we'll use the Mativo grinder to go ahead and grind these off. As you can see, they're just slightly above it, and next procedure we'll go through is with the Mativo grinder. Prior to welding any of the material or anything like that, right off the bat we need to make sure that this panel's clean and ready to go via your cleaning machine or power washer or whatever way you're using to clean it. We need the face clean, because whenever we go to weld or start putting in patches, then we just need it clean so we get a good bond. One of the things you'll probably run into is you need to get rid of the nails. As far as these go, you're going to pop the nails out. As far as the nails, you'll end up with these. You'll have a little, there'll be a little bump on it. And what you can do is take a flat-headed hammer, smooth-faced hammer. You can hit those back in, and you can knock that dimple back down. You can see other nail holes here that we've done also. So these nail holes, There's no need of really filling it up. Next time it goes out, when they pour concrete, it'll go on ahead and fill up with grout, and it should be all right. The next thing that you need to do on any areas is prior to welding is we need to make sure the area is clean. As you can see, we've got a scrape right here. What you want to do is you want to clean that scrape out. If you're going to fix it, you could leave it. It'll be here later. It'll be here 10 years from now. Or you can go ahead and repair it. One of the things that I'm talking about as far as cleaning goes is, as you can see, we've got the scrapes here, the scratches, is we want a good bond when we go to weld. So you need to use one of your scrapers and clean off the edges of it to the side, because we're going to have material going into it. You also need to clean the scrape out itself. And the reason why is because it'll collect with dirt and form oil and whatever. And we want to be able to get a good bond on it. So you'll go ahead and scrape these out, clean these out using this point. And you can go right on down to the aluminum sheet that's in there, as you can see it. And we're good to go on that. As far as any of the patches, you want to clean out around the edges of the patches so that we go ahead and, like we said, get a good bond in there for any of the patches.